Hi, my name is Mark Lloyd from Property Master Academy, and today I'm delighted to welcome one of our former mentees. Met, I think it was probably 3 or 4 years ago now. Roger?
Yes, that's 2018, I believe. Yes,
Wow, doesn't time fly?
doesn't it?
So I've invited Roger onto this recording to kind of give you an idea of what can be achieved for people that have actually attended our mentorship program, and so Roger will kind of go through a little bit there, but we'll also get some more information out of him just to find out how he's got along really. So Roger, perhaps we can start at the beginning. Where were you before you actually met us? What was happening in your life at the time?
Yes, thank you, Mark. I was a humble farmer, a Norfolk farmer. Had been all my life, knew nothing else, to be honest. Eating, sleeping, out all hours, enjoying what I did. Farming 700 acres, all arable farm, big tractors, combines. Because of the agricultural climate, I was doing a good majority of the work all myself, which meant long days, many hours. As I say, come in, eat, sleep, go out to work again. And I got to the stage when I thought I just fell out of love with it very quickly. It was hard work, although I enjoyed it. It was taking up a lot of my time. Life, as many people say, is to be lived. And I was spending a lot of the time out on the land and missing out on family time. So, as per usual, the only person that can change one's life is yourself. So I decided a change was needed. I was very vulnerable, doing all the work myself, to illness, injury. If I wanted to retire, how were the bills going to be paid? So I did a lot of soul searching, a lot of deep thinking, and being a tenant farmer, I approached the landlord as to whether they would like to take the farm back early. They said they would. I said I would be keen as long as they made it worth my while. Lots of toing and froing. And then I had a very daunting question to answer myself, was what was I going to do next? And having rented out one or two properties on the farm, I had a small understanding of tenants and renting out properties and the problems that it entails, but only on a very small scale. And it was a television program I did actually get time to watch when I came in off the farm, Rogue Landlords, I think it was, where the landlord had a whole horde of rental properties in Milton Keynes. And he had a couple of days where him and his wife drove their Ferrari, and she chose a pair of shoes from her vast collection. And they went and lived in the tenant property, and the tenant lived in their property. And he was quite horrified of the state of the property that he was asking his tenant to live in. And that just pricked a bit of a nerve with me. I thought I can do that. And it quite excited me. I can do it well. And I pursued it. And the more I thought about it, the more my mind transferred over towards property and renting property, and further away I went from farming. And it took about a year to negotiate with a landlord, a surrender agreement with them, and it happened in 2017. And then, of course, I was committed to the property journey.
Okay, so how did you come across PMA, and what made you interested in what we offer?
I was obviously, with farming stopping so quickly in October time, like agricultural deals normally do, I had to find my income stream stopped. So I was very conscious that I had to find a new income stream pretty quickly to pay the bills, put food on the table. So having a small business background from the farming point of view, I did devise a plan that I was looking for in a purchasing of a property. And I did purchase two HMOs very early, not quite knowing what I was doing, but I did have a criteria that I wanted to meet, like a yield, the yield, the purchase price, and the area that I wanted to be in. And I felt it because of my limited knowledge. I thought, well, I have to mix with people that know the property game. I have to learn from them. I have to educate myself. So off I went down to London the very next month to the National Landlord Investment Show. I think it was at Olympia. This is where I met you, Mark. You were doing one of the seminars. And I sat there, and the more I listened, the more I got engrossed in what you were saying, and the more I realized that you knew an awful lot about something and that I needed to know. And I had a word with you afterwards. I then met Peter, your partner, after the meeting, and it just went from there. But it was just purely because I was committed to go down this path. It was important to me to find out very quickly as much information about what I was getting into as soon as I possibly can. And this is where you helped me enormously.
So what about the PMA programs that what made you sign up for them?
On the back of meeting you at the investment show, you invited me down to the 2-day taster course, which I went to. Fascinating, gripping, just totally engrossed for 2 days. I had no idea that there was so many strategies, so many ways, different ways of making money out of property, investing in property, so many strategies, whether using other people's money, whatever, and it just grew. It grew and grew. I realized that it was something that I had to get involved with. I had to educate myself because my knowledge was so limited. It gives you great strength when you are, I think, whatever you do in life, if you go into it with knowledge, and be able to converse with people and know what you're talking about, it makes life so much easier than going in just on a bit of a wing and a prayer. And it irons out the chance of making a big mistake, which I couldn't afford to do.
Okay, so you attended the 2-day. You signed up for the mentorship program.
Yes.
What happened next?
I had these 2 properties on board. Thankfully, they were ticking over rather nicely. It was a great comfort knowing that I was under the wing of yourself and Jackie and Peter, and to go down to the backing and the guidance that you gave us, the knowledge that you quite clearly have, was just the depth of knowledge was unbelievable. And it gave me great encouragement to know that you were guiding me. We met up every month to listen to different strategies, to discuss. There were other mentees there that we bounced things back to and from. And it was just a great confidence booster every time we met up. And it gave us, I think, all of us, me definitely, the strength to think that yes, this can be done, and to get over the myth that so many people think that as soon as you get involved with property, that you need a great mountain of cash, and secondly, there's a fair chance that if you make a mistake, you're going to lose that mountain of cash. So yes, it just built a massive amount of confidence, gave us the backing and an awful lot of knowledge that we didn't know before. And the best thing I've ever done. Absolutely the best thing I've ever done.
Fantastic. So what were your results? What did you get during the program?
I then went on and I bought 2 more HMOs. The second 2, I was going in with my eyes a lot wider open than the first 2, because I knew a little bit more what I was doing. and I started to believe in myself, believe in what I was doing. Viewings, I knew how to handle the estate agents, the vendors, the mortgage brokers. I didn't waste time before I would look in. I would view a property, and because of my lack of knowledge, I would try to make it work, which is wrong, which is one of the bigger lessons I've learned. So from then on, viewing properties, if I didn't get a feeling within 5 minutes of walking through the front door that it was a good deal, I very kindly said to the agent, look, we're wasting your time here, and I walked out. So it gave me the PMA group allowed me to, or they taught me to spot good deals. They also steered me away from, which is probably more important, bad deals. It's not something that because of I was so early into my building my portfolio, I could quite easily have gone down the wrong route and bought a property that probably wasn't as suitable as it should have been. Well, the education I was getting from yourself, Mark, and Jackie and Peter cut down that risk enormously. So it was just a lovely feeling knowing that I had the confidence to look at properties, to purchase properties with a knowledge base behind me. And if I had any doubts at all, to know that I could run it past any three of you, and I would get some very, very sound advice.
I was just going to ask you, how did it make you feel?
It was. I then followed all the advice I was given. We were on a weekly diary that we set ourselves at the beginning of the week, and that helped enormously. Made us focus on what we should do. Made us use our time a lot better. And I just got the feeling that the confidence was building. Going to network events, it was nice to be able to talk with other more established investors and being able to talk to them on an even keel. And yes, it's just a huge confidence building exercise. And it's, as I say, it's a fabulous thing that I did.
So where are you now with things?
I've now got 8 properties. Purchased one with Peter down in Bracknell. That's very much because it's 3 hours away. It's very much a hands-off armchair investment, and it all seems to be going well. And now I've just purchased my 7th property in Lincoln, and I'm so enjoying looking at properties, viewing properties, knowing what I want. If I find what I want, negotiating a below market value deal that you have explained all the how to do it, where to go, where to find the deals, and being able to spot the deal and run the property and do the refurb and know that I'm doing it correctly, rather than just doing it without the knowledge and thinking, I hope this is going to be okay. Once you've done the sums, once you've done your due diligence, there's nothing to stop you. If there's a good deal there, you know it's going to work.
Absolutely. Okay. So one last question. What would you recommend to anyone that's looking at joining PMA at the moment that was in your position 4 years ago?
I wouldn't hesitate. As I say, with the property, to go into it with your eyes half open. Okay, you might be all right, but there's a possibility that you could make a few mistakes, and those would be costly mistakes. PMA gave me, and I'm sure every other mentee, the ability to go into deals with confidence, with your eyes open, and to know that you're going to succeed, because you have all the armory through yourself and Peter and Jackie to go into property and know what you're talking about, know what you want, and you know how to achieve it. And I would advise anybody starting out in property is to educate yourself, not only with you chaps, but networking, meet with other people, and to just get as much knowledge on board as you possibly can.
Thank you, Roger. Okay, so if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. That will help our YouTube algorithms, but also hit the subscribe button as well so you get notified of our weekly videos that we upload. They're appearing on your screen right now. There'll be some other videos that will help you in your property journey. And I just want to thank you once again to Roger, and thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.